Okay. I have been contemplating saying this or doing this for a while, and I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of people that's going to talk shit. Usually, people that don't want to hear the truth are the ones that attack those that are speaking the truth. Number one, Trump isn't going to walk away from his position. He can't. His family's in it, and there's so many people involved with this at this point. If there was an actual investigation, everyone, everyone that is not willing to come forward and make a deal with the truly ethical law enforcement, which is what they should do because they're going to pay the ultimate price, just like everyone else is. They are going to pay it as well. But besides the obvious, he's in it for a penny, he's in it for a dollar. And he's invested a lot of dollars, and so has a lot of other people. So either the entire country rises up against him and squashes ICE and his Gestapo and all of his national moves against Venezuela and Greenland, Mexico, Colorado, Minnesota, or we are going to lose our country. We kind of already have. It's been happening for a while. This is basically corporate takeover of this country. Total, complete corporate takeover. And as far as Greenland goes, there's only one reason that Trump is trying to get Greenland. Well, not just one. There's a couple. One of the reasons is to do away with NATO. It will help squash NATO. Who wants NATO to be removed from their position of power? Putin. He talks as if Putin is going to take Greenland or China is going to take Greenland. I wouldn't be surprised if China and Putin are in on this movement against Greenland and Venezuela, although they're pretending that they are not. We all know that Trump is Putin's buddy, and anything that Trump gains in Venezuela, Putin will also gain. We know that already, and so will China. We know this. We know it without question. We know this because he's proven it over and over and over. Not so much with China, but with Putin. Even with the news that we're able to get, if any of it is real, I'm just going by their actions and what they have shown by their actions. Putin is no threat to Trump unless Trump threatens Putin. This oil crap in Venezuela, Putin will benefit from that. You can bet your ass, okay? There is no question that he will benefit from that. So this false news that we're seeing, pretending that Putin's coming after or pissed off at Trump and his regime for going after Venezuela is all BS. It's all BS. China might be pissed. I asked one question: where's the Saudis in all of this? Where is the Middle Eastern oil companies, the ones where Jared Kushner made big deals with? Where are they? Why aren't they on the news? Why aren't we seeing any of that? Okay, back to Greenland. Sorry. Any European movement towards the U.S., Greenland will help keep, if we control it 100%, will help keep them at bay at one more arm's length. Just a little bit. Plus, there's a lot of natural resources there. And they don't have no problem destroying it all. None. Our species has been playing this game of money and power and control for thousands of years, civilization after civilization after civilization. It's insanity. It's selfish insanity. These people of power, their bloodlines or whatever, they're nuts. Maybe it's the inbreeding, I don't know. But they're nuts. They don't want to mix the blood, These people are crazy. They are selfishly insane. And their behavior shows it every damn day. Hate is based in fear. So all these white supremacists that aligned themselves with Trump, Hegseth, and so on, they're all fearful little children, emotionally stunted human beings. It's not all their fault, any more than it's any of our fault for the crap that we went through in our lives on behalf of other people, our parents or whatever, They're socially inept, The irony behind a man, if you want to call him a president, I don't, the dictator, to say that he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize because he's solved so many wars. But he renames our Department of, quote, Defense, unquote, as the, quote, Department of War. Kind of tells everything that we need to see and hear, right? He doesn't deserve any peace prize for nothing. There's nothing peaceful about this dude. We all know that, at least the people that can see. He has done nothing since he's come on the political scene, nothing but cause division and disarray in this country and in this world. He has done nothing but cause chaos. I said years ago that he was Hitler's revenge. His grandfather came over here during a time of war that Germany was getting their asses handed to them, that we were just getting involved with the war. And he come here and made lots of money by running brothels and so on. I stand behind that still. Maybe he doesn't even know it. Maybe he's not even aware of it, because he's obviously not aware of so much, like putting chlorine in our bloodstream to kill COVID, okay? He was groomed for his position. The Epstein files. He screamed at Marjorie Taylor Greene, supposedly, that a lot of his friends are going to get hurt. But he claims to be for peace and justice. Trump doesn't have friends, and most of his friends know that. His so-called friends, they know that. If they have any brains in their head, they know that. If they don't, well, then they're just as socially selfishly insane as the rest of them. This doesn't end well for anyone. Not for anyone. It never has. In thousands of years, civilization after civilization, Romans, just on and on and on, just the same insanity, the same process repeating over and over and over again, just in different ways. It doesn't end well for anyone. The only way through this is to stay in the here and now. That's all we have, is the here and now. They're trying to provoke responses, over-exaggerated responses, with all of their actions all over the country and all over the world to justify their actions against innocent people, good people. They want other people to show them that they were right. So please, don't be attacking ICE. You know, stand up. Stand up for sure. I have to be careful what I say here, because they will take it and they will come and get me and arrest me. And that's okay with me, because I see them for what they are. And if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. They're coming after people for less. But these people are nuts. They are selfishly insane. They are selfishly insane. It's driven by a fear deep inside them that they don't even recognize themselves, but they use their ego to pretend that it's not fear. They use their sense of entitlement to pretend that it's not fear. They use their wealth as power to try to control other people because they can't control their own fear. The fact that they even want to make this a white European nation proves that they're scared of people of color. The fact that he demonizes everything and everyone that doesn't align with him and his regime's purpose. The fact that they lie, so blatantly lie, like Kristi Noem the other day with Jake Tapper. She was just shown, and she just kept talking right past it like, nope, I'm not looking at that, I'm not looking at that. This is it, this is it, this is it, this is it. It's like, look, this is where I want you to focus. Don't look at the reality. This is where you need to focus, MAGA. This is where you need to focus, MAGA. This is where you need to focus, not on the reality. Don't look at the reality. Jake Tapper did a great job. A true journalist. A true journalist. That's what journalists was. That's why they're here. To keep people accountable. And he did a great job showing the world of what this regime actually stands for. I pray that I pray that all of our allies, that were once our allies, take a stand with the decent people of this country against this regime. I pray that something occurs, someone that has some level of awakening, some level of power, that isn't afraid to reveal themselves in any of the criminal activity that they have partaken in, like Marjorie Taylor Greene. I couldn't stand her, but I give her a lot of credit for standing up for something that is moral and ethical. I still don't trust her, rightfully so, but I give her, man, I would hug her for standing up for what is right. These people traffic 13, 14, 15-year-old little girls, and Trump is protecting them. He is protecting them. These are grown-ass men, and I believe Rudy Giuliani was involved with that. I can't say it for sure, but I believe he was. And they trafficked them. They hurt them. in ways that a lot of them will never recover from. I know what it's like to be sexually violated. And it's terrible. It's confusing. Very confusing. And these little girls were taken, manipulated, punished, threatened, trafficked. God only knows how many were buried at sea. Honestly, we don't know how many of the missing people in this country, missing girls, missing indigenous people, indigenous women, were taken on behalf of these lunatics. We don't know. We don't know. Indigenous girls would blend in places that white people wouldn't, as slaves, sex slaves. Who knows what happened? All I know is there's been a lot of missing people, a lot of missing women. And this regime is protecting at least some of the people that are guilty of it. And he has pardoned a lot of criminals, a lot of serious criminals. And he's given refuge, supposedly, to the cartel that paid X amount of dollars for citizenship here. So he didn't have to fear them. So he didn't have to run away from them. And these cartels are pretty ruthless son of a bitches. We all know that. Just like him, just like them. But this doesn't end well for anyone, including them. If something doesn't change, nothing changes. And we keep repeating this cycle. And if nothing changes, nothing changes. We will keep going around and around and around, civilization after civilization, generation after generation, until it gets so bad that there's a total reset again. And judging from what's happening on this planet, legitimately, the massive die-off of insects, the massive die-off of birds, dead zones in the ocean. Now they're removing environmental protections, so air quality is going to go down again. And there's places in this world that it's not even safe to be outside. China, it's so toxic, the air is so toxic the majority of the time of the year that it's not even safe to be breathing the air. And we have these conditions here in this country. I'm not a person of gloom and doom. Never have been. Anyone that knows me knows that I stay pretty positive and I stay in the moment the best that I can. I used to have a really bad temper because I had a lot of emotions that I didn't know how to control. I seen so much, I absorbed so much of people's BS that I didn't know which ones was which, who's was who. Excuse me. But I have suffered greatly at the hands of these people that are backing Trump in my local area, greatly, in ways that, well, confessing them here would only bring disbelief in what I'm saying. But let's just say they're out of natural, unnatural, supernatural ways and means in which I have been attacked in an attempt to subdue me, to shut me up and not to say anything. Because I seen through their bullshit 18 years ago. I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to be quiet These people are selfishly insane. They are selfishly insane. Maybe it's the inbreeding. I don't know. The one thing that I do know is that Trump is not going to surrender his position. He's going to try to fortify it. And he's been doing nothing but that. And unless a whole bunch stand up, really, really, really risk everything that they have and that they have built, even their life, we are going to lose everything. That's it.